about yourself.
Okay, my name is Nildo Essa. Home is Maputo. I'm an architect by profession. In the middle of my architectural course, I had to try a bit of architectural visualization. It was then that a friend of mine introduced me to the demo version of a 3D software, 3ds Max, and that's what I'm using up until now. And I got hooked. And it was then that I knew that I can do so much more than ArchViz. And I've been studying it ever since. I finished my course in 2002, but ended up working freelance for several advert agencies back home up until 2004, where I officially opened my own studio called FX Animation Studios.
What are some of the challenges that you faced in this process?
We don't have the same amount of support from the government as a musician has. Not only from the government, even from a private company. Really, really hard, next to impossible to get funds to do something different, you know, especially in the animation field. Animation in Mozambique is unheard of, basically. And we're actually the only studio that does like 3D character animation with all the things that come with it. Our strategy, I think it's the same as most. We do mostly commercial work, and then we take a part of that money and then fund it ourselves, our own productions and our own hardware. I mean, we don't have government support whatsoever to do that.
So it sounds like there's a lot of passion to get it going in spite of these challenges.
You have to be stubborn, like really stubborn, and lose some hair.
Alô, quem fala?
É Fedinho. Epa, já tenho mais.
Ok, vou na tua casa.
Amanhã de manhã vou te buscar naquele sítio.
Mario! Ok, tchau.
Tá nice.
Então, o que fazemos?
Tomaram muito cedo. Vamos recuperar o que é nosso.
Nice.
I really wanted to do something because originally I never wanted to follow architecture in the first place. You know, I wanted to do something related to visual arts in general. But back home and back then we didn't have something similar to that. So architecture was the closest thing. Now, when I discovered that I could do it on my own, and even though it was hard because I had to read over the help files of the software to learn, and there was no YouTube back then. It was a dial-up connection. It was really hard, because back home everybody loves cartoons, right? I always wanted to do something local. I love Spider-Man. I love that kind of character. I thought, well, why don't we do something that our kids can understand, and that our kids can relate to. And then that's where the idea of the troublemakers or Peixinhos or whatever you want to call it came about.
Já saíram.
What has your experience in Annecy been like introducing African animation to the world of animation?
My studio has been in business for 15 years. Of those 15 years, I would say 13 years we were just trying to do local stuff. Not trying, do local stuff, But I always knew that there were these kinds of events out there. I just didn't know how to get to them. Up until the time that a friend of mine introduced me to this COP. That was back in 2017. And, well, that opened so many doors to me, because I could understand that we also had the ability to also participate, even though it's not cheap, but it's well worth it. And I could meet other peers in the animation industry, I would never go back, basically, because it gave us a chance also to show to the world what we're capable of doing.
Esses foram os brinquedos. Então, está vindo.
Tá ficando maluco ele.
Ah! Ih, girafinha, o que está a fazer ali? Ah! Socorro, socorro! Tira-me daqui!